Well, let me ask you this. What did you think after the fourth round when she said, I'm done? And her coach is like, no, you're not done. You get back in there. You get back in there. You're gonna power through. What did you think of that?
It's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you it's wrong for this. We as fans, as humans, we put way, way too much emphasis on the importance of a fight. Okay? Now, it's a fight. And it's important to that fighter as they step into that cage for that first round. And it's important for them as long as they are mentally capable of enduring what is occurring. Because fighters go through evolutions during the fight. They're strong, they're weak. They're doing well, they're not doing well. And once a fighter tells you, I'm done, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're expecting her. Let's look at what you really have. She lost 4 rounds in a row. Okay?
Bad.
She lost 4 rounds in a row.
And the fourth was a particularly brutal one. Her nose was shattered.
Nose got crushed.
Blood was pouring out all over the place.
And, again, for people to understand, let me break your nose and now let me punch it again.
Right.
Okay, you have no concept because what I'm telling you is, during a fight, fighters don't feel pain the way people think because there's adrenaline and there's all these things, and it's muted. You feel things, and sometimes you really start to feel them, and as soon as you really start to feel them, you start to lose really bad.
Yeah. And
in that situation where she had lost 4 rounds badly, okay? So what's going to happen in the 5th? You think she's going to come out with this home run shot? Okay, if her mind is still there, then maybe it can happen. But as soon as she says, I'm done, I want out, hey, it's a fight. And did she receive more damage after that statement in the 5th round? Oh, yeah. She received.
Big John McCarthy on the JRE Experience, the MMA show. I've never thought of it from his POV, though. I've never thought about the actual experience of fighting. I always think of fighting from a fan's POV, right? But I never think of it from the actual competitors in the ring. Now, an expert like Big John just said that she lost every round, right? She was getting beaten. The only part that I disagree with is the nature of the beating. It wasn't that bad. You could tell she was losing, but it wasn't the worst beating ever, right? As for her corner and how they responded to that, I like how he's putting it. He's first telling you the perspective of the referee in the cage, seeing both sides of the storm, seeing both sides of the coin, the winner and the loser side of the coin, and the fighters' responses to their corner, from their coaches, from whoever is in their corner, right? And the fact that Big John is saying that clearly wasn't necessary, I think should be a cause for concern. But on the flip side, the way everything went down, it seemed like that is known behavior from Raquel Peddington. Not saying that I know her personally, not saying that it was obvious, but the way it all went down, the way it was portrayed throughout the fight and at the end of the fight, it seemed like she goes through bouts of doubt and disbelief in situations of intense stress. I know I go through the same thing. I'm sure many human beings go through the same thing. Now imagine going through that in a cage, right? Now here's some more from Big John and Joe Rogan.
You can have the greatest car in the world, all right? You can have, be it, I'm not a real great car guy, but a truck, it's, the Raptor, Ford Raptor truck. You can only crash it into the wall so many times before it says, fuck you, I'm done, okay? And is no longer a nice truck, it's a piece of shit.
Doesn't work.
Exactly, and the real question is, how much damage did you do for the rest of Raquel Pennington's career? Because she took extra damage, and you never know when it is, Joe. And I can tell you, I can pick out fights where I can tell you, this is the difference in that fighter. From this fight in that moment, he is no longer the same. She is no longer the same. And so as the trainer, what are you there for? You are there to get your fighter ready for the fight. You're there to be the person that's helping them during the fight and giving them instructions, telling them how to attack this person and saying, you're doing this wrong, I need you to do this, whatever it's going to be. That's your job. You are there to sometimes motivate them when they start to lose the belief that I don't know if I can beat this person. And that happens to everybody. I don't know if I can actually, this person's kicking my ass. To be that person, hey, you're doing fine. What I need you to do is this,
Right.
Get yourself together. Be that motivator.
Right.
But once the fighter tells you, I'm done, hey, the mind's gone. It's over. Don't put them back out there because they're not going to perform. They're not going to do well. They can sit there afterwards and say, oh, I'm glad that I went out there. It didn't change any. What changed? The only thing that changed was the amount of damage that she incurred. That's it.
She defended her coach after the fight, but most people would.
That's fine.
She believed in her coach, and she said it was the right decision. But most people that watched that said they should have stopped the fight right when she said that, and I agree with you. And
I agree with both men, but again, I have to state that it seemed like she goes through these kinds of situations mentally and emotionally all the time, right? I don't know if you guys heard, but on MMA World, Rose Namajunas said the same thing about her. That when they were sparring, it seemed like she went through an emotional roller coaster, especially leading up to the final rounds of sparring, right? Now, again, I'm not in the ring, so I wouldn't know, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.